Okay, boat's just about ready to go. We're gonna go to Madeira. Should take about 6 days. Oh, like always, I'm a little nervous. It'll just be with time that I find peace again. Wind against current here. Yes, got São Jorge. We have Pico, and way back there's Horta. Got 2 reefs and the small head sail. And we're going about 6.5, sometimes 7 knots. Our course. We're back at sea. Ha ha! It's always so nice to be back at sea. There's many reasons I love life at sea, and I felt it this time as well. Lots of peace, lots of tranquility, and also lots of repairing and problems and forced contemplation. I think that without some sort of drama, life could be boring. And I think that a lot of people face drama every day in the world, and sometimes they get a little bit worked up about it. I, for one, definitely got worked up a couple times. I'll just turn Thorn on. Just start him. I think that there's a problem. Okay, so the trip took me 6 days. It could have taken shorter, but I had a problem with Thorn, the crewmate who will forever remain temperamental. And I panicked and I thought, oh man, my engine's dead. So I immediately tend to jump to the worst case scenario. It forced me to think about a couple of things. And I was like, man, I don't even really need an engine. What do I need an engine for? I can find peace with where the wind takes me, just be in the present moment. So that was the drama. Well, it's been a chaotic morning, really. Spinnaker pull broke again. Violent, very violent. The waves are on our stern quarter and it's creating this like violent movement. Good morning. That's Santa Maria. Woke up too many times last night. Another day in the record books. This one we went fast. I'm going to put up a bigger sail, a bigger head sail, the big jib. Okay, that's a wrap. Another gorgeous day. What happened today? I took a couple naps. Just sort of cruised along 6 knots in the morning. We've just been lifting sails, lifting sails, lifting sails, lifting sails. Wind is going down, sails are going up. My favorite sail arrangement today, there it is, the Jenniker. The Jenniker, the big jib, and the mainsail. 3 whole sails, lots of area. Very nice. You know, I can distract myself many ways on tierra, on earth, on the dirt, you know? But when I'm on the water, there's not many ways to distract myself. And one of them is reading, and I have many good books that are really inspiring on the boat. So, you know, I was in this stressful situation, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take myself away for a while. And I read a couple books, and it, you know, was interesting because these books were about one spirituality, and the other one was about sailing and connecting with the sea. And they were just perfect because they really pulled me into this realm of thinking that was like, okay, this is spiritually supposed to happen. Maybe this is forcing you to live a simple life and connect with the world around you. Like, there's always something going on in the natural world, and it brought me a lot of peace. Like, I was actually peaceful for a bit there. That. But I was reading this book, and then I came outside and looked forward, which I don't do a lot. I looked forward, and there was a whale breaching. It blew first, and then a big tail came out. And I scurried to grab the camera, but it was too late.
Gorgeous morning. Morning.
Perfect. Perfect for one person. Quick fry! It may not look good, but it's heavenly, people. I decided to eat well to heal my troubled heart. It was an interesting day, but I don't know what else. It was interesting. We see Madeira. We see the island. We have wind now. Earlier we didn't have wind. Now we have wind. And there's the island. It's like shocking to me. It's like, oh, I didn't really want the sailing to end, to go back to the world where there's all these distractions and you know, unhealthy relationships with things. And you know, it was a little sad arriving in Porto Santo because I had this beautiful peace. I had a sailor friend who I was communicating with when I got service, when I was close to the island of Madeira, who guided me to go to Porto Santo instead of going to Madeira, which is the big city, and it's big and tumultuous and chaotic. And so I went to Porto Santo, and there was tons of sailors here. And the sailors here, I had an introduction from my friend, Thibaut. He sent a few messages to the sailors here saying I was arriving without a motor. And they all welcomed me, and they all helped me troubleshoot the problem, and it was actually a lot smaller than I thought. It was just that the starter, the new starter that I had mounted, it wiggled a little off, so it was causing a situation where the motor wouldn't start because the actual gear that starts the motor wasn't pulling out of the flywheel. So I just had to reposition the starter and tighten it on properly, and the problem was solved. Porto Santo. It's a nice place. Very pretty. It's picturesque. It's sort of like, well, it's like a number of places. I was thinking about this today. It's like Porto Santo. Lots of boats out there. hard to see, but Pepita's right in the middle of them all. And it's also hard to see, but you can actually see Madeira today. Pretty cool. Just gotta walk down this road to get to town, where there's a party celebrating Christopher Columbus's discovery of Porto Santo. So overall, the motor situation was a blessing. Like everything else, you know, you have this stressful moment, you think the whole world's gonna fall down, you don't know how you're gonna pay for it, you don't know how you're gonna fix it. And then things slowly work out. You just take a step back, you make peace with the situation, and you move forward. And okay, what is the next thing that I can do? What is the next thing that I can do? What is the next little thing that I can do? And eventually you come to this point where it's like, oh, it wasn't that big of a deal. Everything's okay. And I can keep following my dream, which is fantastic. So one of the reasons that I make these videos is to share my writing and attract people to my writing. And if you like what you saw today, please like it, share it with friends, and also check out my writing. I have a blog called The Wealthy Nomad, and I'll share the link in the bio. But I appreciate everybody watching and taking the time to connect with Tim and Pepita.